Welcome to another Pilates. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Just go through a couple of things for those people that haven't done Pilates before. We'll go through over a couple of the Pilates basics. So just a reminder, obviously, this is a workout, not a rehab session. We should be feeling our muscles working with each of the exercises, but obviously we don't want to be feeling any pain. So if you do feel any pain, just stop what you're doing. Whether you just wait for the next activity to start or go back to one of the exercises that we did before. Couple of things, some of our exercises will have our feet on the ground or up in the air. So if we have our feet down on the ground, okay, I just refer to that as a natural spinal position. So you've just got a neutral arch in that lower back, nothing you need to think about. Anytime we bring our feet up into the air, I'll say to imprint your spine. So it's just to think about drawing those stomach muscles in towards the ground just so we lose that natural arch in our lower back just to protect those back muscles. Also, I'll say at the beginning of each exercise to activate your T-zone. So just imagine imaginary letter T, so horizontal line running from hip bone to hip bone. There are deep abdominal muscles and then a vertical line running up to meet that horizontal line. There are deep pelvic floor muscles. So just want you to think about drawing in from those hip bones and up from that pelvic floor. Or as I said before, just thinking about stopping ourselves from going to the toilet. Again, not sound silly, but just make sure that we're breathing. So inhaling through our nose, exhaling through our mouth. Typically exhale through our mouth on the hardest part of the exercise. Otherwise, we'll start lying on our back. We'll do our abs and butt, and then we'll do a whole body first. So just start lying down our back, knees bent, feet apart, hands just relaxing down by our side, shoulders are down and back. Our first exercise, we're going to do a lift foot. So we're going to inhale, activate our T-zone, and exhale, just lifting one foot up. Inhale, slowly coming back down. Exhale as we lift that other foot up. Inhale, coming back down. So we're going to do each exercise this morning for 90 seconds. Okay, nice easy one to begin with, as we normally always do. Try to get into that nice breathing pattern. So inhaling through our nose, exhaling through our mouth. So it shouldn't be a hard one to begin with. Thinking about activating that T-zone, so drawing in from those hip bones and up from that pelvic floor. Or as I said, thinking about stopping yourself from going to the toilet. Okay, nice easy one. That's it, about 25 seconds left. Alternating those legs one at a time. Start to feel that harder part of the exercise is as we lift that foot up. So that's when we exercise, that's when we exhale. And then as we lower that foot down, that should be our easy part. And that's as we inhale. Last couple either side. And coming down. So we're going to bring those hands out wide behind that head here. Next one's going to be our oblique curl. So we're going to make sure those elbows are out nice and wide, exactly the same position for those feet. So we're going to inhale, activate our T-zone, and exhale, curling up, reaching opposite elbow, opposite knee. And inhale, slowly coming back down. Exhale as we come up. Inhale as we come back down. Okay, so really think about trying to reach those shoulders up off the ground. Trying to keep those elbows out as wide as possible. We don't want to be using those hands to pull up that head. Okay, we're thinking about keeping those elbows nice and wide. We're really engaging that core to help pull us up off the ground, reaching those shoulders up off the ground. So easier option here. Okay, obviously we don't have to curl up quite so high. And we can have a little bit more rest down at the bottom. Otherwise, if you want to make it a little bit harder, see if we can curl up a little bit higher. Really reaching those elbows over to the other side of that knee. And again, making sure we're keeping those elbows out nice and wide. That's it, 25 seconds left. See if for the last couple you can curl up a little bit higher. Really start to feel those ribs draw down towards those hips. Nice big exhale through that mouth as we curl up. Inhale through our nose as we slowly come back down. Last one either side. coming down. Right, we're going to do the same thing, but this time with our feet up in tabletop position. So because we've got those feet up in the air, we want to imprint that spine. So think about drawing those stomach muscles down and towards the ground. Same setup with those arms, so elbows out nice and wide. We're going to inhale, activate our T-zone again, and exhale, curling up. Inhale, coming back down. Exhale up to the other side. Inhale, coming back down. So it's exactly the same as what we were doing before, but this time we've just got those feet up in the air, okay, which adds that extra element of difficulty. So if you're already finding it too hard, you can go back down to where we were before, so put those feet down back on the ground and continue with those oblique curls. Otherwise, if you can, making sure we're squeezing those knees and those feet together. Still focusing on keeping those elbows out nice and wide. Remembering those different options. So easier option. Obviously, as we said before, we can put those feet down on the ground. Okay, we don't have to curl up quite so high. Otherwise, if you want to make it harder, see if we can curl up a little bit higher. That's it. Last couple, 20 seconds. Really exhale through that mouth. And last few, 5 seconds. Last one. And slowly coming down. Righto, next one's our Criss Cross. Okay, so feet come back up into tabletop position again. We're going to imprint that spine. So it's where we have those shoulders up off the ground and we reach that leg out nice and long. Opposite elbow, opposite knee. Okay, so imprinting that spine, elbows out nice and wide, shoulders down and back. We're going to inhale, activate our T-zone, and exhale, curling up, reaching one leg long, opposite elbow, opposite knee. Inhale, coming back in. Exhale, extend to the other side. Inhale, back in. So try to keep those shoulders up off the ground the entire time if we can. Okay, and we're extending those legs out nice and long, alternating side to side, reaching opposite elbow over towards that opposite knee. So one of our harder ab exercises, really having to engage that core, okay, having to keep those shoulders up off the ground. As we extend that leg nice and long. So obviously easier option. If you need to, you can stop and reset and put those shoulders down on the ground and reset, come back up. Or we don't have to extend that leg quite so low and long to the ground. Otherwise, if you can, you've got about 20 seconds left. See if you can really reach those shoulders up off the ground. Extend those legs nice and low and long to the ground. Really reaching that opposite elbow over towards that opposite knee. That's it. Last one either side. And slowly coming down. Keeping those feet up in tabletop position. Our last few ab exercises is our nutcrackers. So keeping those feet in tabletop. Our hands are going to come straight up towards the sky. Shoulders are down and back. So we're going to inhale, activate our T-zone. And exhale, curling up, opening those knees, reaching those hands through the gap. Inhale, coming back down. Exhale as we reach up. Inhale as we come back down. So it's our first nutcracker. So nutcracker and tabletop. Okay, so simply the knees are opening out to the side and back in. Our hands come straight back up towards the ceiling. So it's kind of like this little abdominal curl. Okay, but we're engaging those legs as well. Really trying to reach that hand through the gap. So a few things to think about here. Making sure we're keeping those shoulders down and back. We don't have to open up those knees super wide. Just wide enough so we can open or we can move those hands in through the gap between those legs. So easier option. Okay, we don't have to curl up quite so high. If you need to stop and reset after a couple and put those feet down on the ground, you can. Otherwise, if you want to make it harder, see if you can curl up a little bit higher, really reaching those shoulders up off the ground. Feeling those ribs draw down towards those hips. Nice big exhale as we curl up. Let's go one more. And slowly come down. Last one, so exactly the same thing, but this time we're going to extend those legs out wide into a V shape. Okay, so feet back up in tabletop position, imprinting that spine, hands towards the ceiling, shoulders down and back. We're going to inhale, activate our T-zone, and exhale, curling up, extend those legs out long. Inhale, coming back down. Exhale as we curl up. Inhale as we come back down. So those feet just go straight apart into that V shape. Okay, we don't have to extend those legs super wide. Again, just wide enough so we can pop those hands in through that gap in between those legs. Okay, obviously easier option here. We extend those legs straight up towards the ceiling and we don't have to curl up quite so high. Otherwise, if we can, we're going to see if we can curl up a little bit higher and we can extend those legs out on a bit of an angle. So rather than straight up towards the ceiling, we can extend them out into that V, out on a bit of an angle. That's it, 30 seconds left. Really exhaling through that mouth as we curl up. Inhaling through our nose as we slowly come back down. Feeling those ribs draw down towards those hips. Returning back to that tabletop position each time. Less than 10 seconds left. Last two. And one more. And slowly coming down. Righty, we'll give those abs a bit of a break. We'll move into our glutes now. So stay lying on our back. We're going to do our pelvic curl series. So pop in those knees down on the ground, feet hip distance apart. Plant those heels into the ground, hands just down by side. So we're going to inhale, activate our T-zone, and exhale, squeezing that butt, lifting up, feeling one vertebrae at a time. And inhale, slowly coming back down. Exhale as we curl up. Inhale as we slowly come back down. So first of our pelvic curl series, so rolling up and down. So it's nice and controlled. Okay, lifting up those hips into the air, feeling one vertebrae at a time as we slowly lift up. And then again, feeling one vertebrae at a time as we slowly come back down. Really pushing those feet into the ground. Our hands are just relaxing down by our side. Okay. Thinking about squeezing those glutes just before we lift up that butt into the air. And then keeping them engaged the entire time. So easier option here, okay? We don't have to lift up those hips quite so high. Otherwise, if we want to make it harder, see if we can lift them up a little bit higher. Really squeezing those glutes. Okay, if we can, we want to lift them up so we've got a nice long line from those knees down towards those shoulders. We don't want those hips to come above that imaginary line. Otherwise, we're going to be putting too much pressure on those shoulders and into that back. Rightio, next one's going to be our opening. So we're going to inhale, activate our T-zone again. Exhale, squeeze that butt to a height that feels comfortable. Inhale, activate that T-zone again. And exhale, open up those knees. Inhale, closing them. Exhale as we open. Inhale as we close. So just keeping that height of those hips up the entire time, and then letting those knees come out to the side as we open those legs. So you will feel those feet roll out to the side. That's all right. Really trying to maintain that height of that butt into the air. Try not to let those hips drop. Really squeezing those glutes. Same thing again, our hands are just down by side. We're trying not to push too hard into the ground. That's it. So if we can, obviously we're trying to maintain the height of those hips. If you need to, you can let them drop a little bit to make it a bit easier. If you need to stop and reset after a couple, so you can come back down to the ground, reset, come back up again, and open and close. Otherwise, obviously, if you want to make it harder, see if we can lift up those hips a little bit higher. We can open up those knees a little bit wider. Really squeezing those glutes. We've got 15 seconds. That's it. Last couple. And slowly coming down. Okay, last one for that pelvic curl series is where we've got our single leg lift. Okay, so same as kind of what we did before. So we're going to same position. We're going to inhale, activate our T-zone. Exhale, squeeze that butt up to a height that feels comfortable. Inhale, activate that T-zone again. And exhale, extend one leg up. Inhale, coming back down. Exhale, extend that other leg. Inhale, coming down. So alternating those feet one at a time. Leg going straight up towards the ceiling. Okay, if you can, as I've said before, for some reason my legs don't go completely straight. I've got a slight bend in them. So if you can, extending that leg out nice and straight up towards the ceiling. Planting that foot that's not been extended into the ground. So obviously we're still focusing on those glutes, but you should also feel it in the backs of those legs, into that hamstring. Okay, same thing, those hands are just down by our side, relaxing. We're pushing into that foot that's not working. Making sure we're trying to keep the height of those hips up the whole time. Try not to let them drop. So easier option, if you need to, obviously come down, reset, and then come back up again. Okay, we don't have to hold that foot up and towards the ceiling for quite so long. Otherwise, if you want to make it harder, see if you can hold that leg up a little bit higher for a bit longer. Last one. And coming down. Right here, we're going to come up onto our knees. Okay, so next one's going to be our hinge. So on our knees just outside, or about in line with our hips, sorry. I'll just do this side on. So I have our hands out in front of us. I'm just going to lean back and then coming forwards again. Okay, so make sure those shoulders are down and back, palms are facing in. We're going to inhale, activate our T-zone, and exhale, lean back. Sorry, inhale as we lean back, exhale as we come forward. Inhale as you lean back, exhale as you come forward. So you choose how far you want to lean back. You lean back as far as you can, in the sense that you can then bring yourself back up. So you don't want to bring yourself too far back if you can't bring yourself back up to the center. So really working the front of those thighs. Okay, still working into those glutes. Pushing those feet in towards the ground. Inhale as we come back. Exhale as we come forwards. That's it. So obviously easier option, just don't lean back quite so far. Otherwise, obviously, if you want to make it harder, see if you can lean back a little bit further. Really squeeze and engage in those thighs. That's it. We've got 10 seconds left. That's it. Last couple. One more. And coming up, we're going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to open our arms out towards the side. Okay, so exactly the same thing. So we're going to inhale, activate our T-zone, slowly come back, exhale, open, inhale, close, exhale, forward. Okay, so inhale, activate that T-zone, inhale back, exhale, open, inhale, close, exhale, forward. Inhale back, exhale, open, inhale, hands come back in, exhale, forwards. Okay, so again, just leaning back to a position that feels comfortable, although probably it's none of it's comfortable. Just going back to a position that you know you can bring yourself back towards the center. Really thinking about opening up that chest. Oops. There we go. Inhale as we lean back. Exhale, open. Inhale, hands in. Exhale back to the center. Choosing how far back we want to go. Obviously, easier option, don't come back quite so far. Otherwise, harder option, see if we can lean back a little bit further. Really opening up that chest. Squeeze in the front of those thighs. That's it, 15 seconds left, last couple. Really squeezing and engaging those thighs. Let's do one more. And coming up. Rightio, let's come down onto the ground, onto our belly. We're going to finish off with our freestyle. Okay, so we'll start with our arms first. We'll give those glutes a bit of a break. So reaching those arms down in front. Head can either be on the mat or up in the air. So we're going to inhale, activate our T-zone, and exhale, lifting those arms up and just pulsing them up and down. Okay, sounds nice and easy. This one's a little bit deceiving. Okay, really engaging those shoulders. Shirt out of the way. So option one, head can be on the ground and then lifting those arms up and down. Option two, head comes up, just going to lift that chest up a little bit higher. Those feet are just relaxing down on the ground, only focusing on those arms, into those shoulders. So if we can, just trying to shoot them straight up in front of us. Try not to let them come out too far out to the side. Really reaching them up. So obviously easier option, okay? Just don't lift those arms up quite so high. You can stop and reset after a couple if you need to. Otherwise, if you want to make it harder, see if you can lift those arms up a bit higher. Really reaching those hands out in front. We've got 15 seconds left. Feeling that burn in those shoulders, in that upper back. That's it. 3, 2, 1. Rightio, bring those hands out in front. We're going to move in towards our feet now. So just our freestyle legs kicking. So legs are nice and straight, shoulders are down and back again. So we're going to inhale, activate our T-zone, and exhale, lifting those feet up off the ground, reaching through those toes and beating those legs up and down. So really trying to make sure we don't have those knees on the ground and we're not just simply bending those knees and lifting those legs. We want to make sure those knees are coming up off the ground, keeping those legs as straight as possible. Okay, the rest of that body's completely still, so that head's just resting on those arms in front, really squeezing and engaging those glutes as we lift those legs up, beating those legs up and down. That's it. So obviously easier option, okay, we don't have to lift up those legs quite so high. If you need to stop and reset after a few, you can. Otherwise, if you want to make it harder, lift those legs up a bit higher, beat those legs a little bit quicker, really reaching through those toes. See how much of those front thighs you can get up off the ground. You've got 25 seconds left. Really reaching through those toes, squeezing those glutes. Another little deceiving one. Sounds easy at the beginning and then it gets a little bit harder. And that's it. 2, 1, and down. Rightio, we're going to put it together. Okay, so reach those arms out in front, arms and legs at the same time. Okay, so again, head can be on the ground or head can be lifted up. So we're going to inhale, activate our T-zone, and exhale, lifting up those arms and legs. So if you can, we're aiming to do opposite hand, opposite leg. Obviously it is Monday morning. And if you have been teaching your kids at home, maybe your brain is a little bit fried. Okay, so you can just simply move those arms and legs at the same time if coordination is not going to work for you. Okay, we're doing both of the ones that we just did before. So arms and legs put together. So option 1, forwards on the ground. Okay, we don't have to beat those arms and legs quite so fast. Try not to let them rest on the ground. Otherwise, if we can, reaching both of them up, reaching that forward up, sorry. Seeing if you can lift those arms and legs a little bit higher. You want to make it harder, beating them a little bit quicker as well. You've got 30 seconds left. Working that whole body, shoulders, back, into those glutes. That's it. Less than 20 seconds. See if you can lift up a little bit higher for the last couple. You've got 10 seconds. Really reaching up. 3, 2, 1, and down. Radio, we'll come into a stretch, so come in towards that prayer stretch. So reaching, I'll just stop that. Reaching those hands out in front, trying to bring that butt back down towards those feet. Feeling that stretch in our back. It should feel nice after that freestyle we just did. Nice deep breath, so inhaling through our nose. Exhaling through our mouth. As you exhale, see if you can creep those fingers a little bit further forward. Really deepening that stretch. So 3, 2, 1, and slowly coming up. Just come sitting down onto your bottom. Okay, it's going to pop one ankle on that other knee. Hands can be behind. I'm just going to give those glutes a stretch so you can choose how close you want to have that foot in towards the butt. Obviously, the closer it is towards that butt, the deeper it's going to stretch those glutes. Really sitting up into that chest. Feeling that nice stretch in the back of that leg there, down towards those glutes. And swapping that leg over, other ankle on that other knee. Sitting up nice and tall, choosing how close you want to have that foot in towards the butt. Remembering the closer it is, the harder it is. With each exhale, see if you can creep in a little bit further. Really deepening that stretch. And slowly coming down. Just sitting down in front, bending one leg out in front, the other leg bent towards the side. I'm just going to lean up. I'm leaning over to the side with that leg's nice and straight. Stretching, feel that stretch down the side of our waist there. And slowly coming up, swap those legs over. Other leg bent in front, other leg out to the side, reaching up and over to the side. And that nice stretch in the side of our waist. Let's go 3, 2, 1. Just cross those legs in front. Pop in that opposite hand on the opposite knee and reaching behind, stretching out that back, opening up that chest, trying to get those eyes looking over the opposite shoulder. And over to the other side, opposite hand on that opposite knee. Other hand with me behind, eyes looking over that shoulder. Really having that nice deep stretch in our back, opening up that chest. 3, 2, 1. And you're all done.